So, how long have you been doing MMA?
Oh, I started training at 14, and I started fighting professionally at 16. So what is it, 12 years now? Coming on 13 years of professional fighting. It's a passion of mine since I was a young boy, and I have goals in the sport. I want to be a multiple weight champion. That's what this next fight's all about, is going up in weight class and getting another championship title. So, I have goals that I want to achieve in this sport before I call it quits. I wanted to be a fighter shortly after I started training at 14. So I pretty much knew I wanted to do this for a living at a young age. I would say the passion I had for it, I had a fire for it. I was addicted to it. I wanted to get better. Something about me, something in me knew that I wanted to do this for the rest of my life.
Rory walked into my MMA gym in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada when he was just 14 years old. And he just walked into the gym just like any other kid around that age. Pretty nondescript, he was actually a pretty small kid. And then I knew very quickly that he was a little different because he was the first one on the mats and the last one to leave. I started seeing growth with Rory almost immediately. He came from an athletic background. He was a hockey kid, which is pretty normal here in Canada, and was looking for something a little different. So as soon as I saw him walk in, he would pick up technique very quickly, but his enthusiasm was through the roof. I've been a part of Rory's life for over half of his life now. I've known him since he's 14, he's 29 now. And so I've had the luxury to really watch him develop as a man. And those characteristics that I noticed immediately, even as a young teenager, just have become stronger as he's grown into a man. He's just his focus, his drive, his ability to sort of keep outside influences at bay while he focused on his goals have only gotten stronger as he's aged. I would say his biggest challenges is just the hardship of the sport of MMA. There's so many ups and downs in the sports, working through injuries, staying motivated during those times where your body's hurting and your mind is elsewhere. His ability to refocus back on the task at hand is what makes him so special. I would describe Rory as the most misunderstood fighter in the game. Rory he's a quiet person. He's not looking for a lot of the spotlight. He's not looking for a lot of the sizzle that comes with celebrity. He just wants to train and test himself. And a lot of people misunderstand that for him being aloof. And that's not it. He's just a quiet guy, very friendly, has a great sense of humor, but he just wants to get in there and fight. That's his goal.
So far, I'm 2-0, and I'm the welterweight world champion for Bellator. So I'm happy, Those years of being like down and out, not sure what to do, and just kind of reevaluating my life and my life as a fighter, and my training, and how I want to approach my fights. I used that time well, and I've been successful in my journey here in Bellator. I mean, I can't think of anything's wrong. I'm healthy, I'm strong, I'm focused, and it's nice to eat a little bit too because I'm fighting at a bigger weight, so I don't have to diet. To be a champion in this sport anyway, it takes years of dedication, I think. A lot of hard work, a lot of just mental toughness to push through those times of doubt or uncertainty. I think that's the big factor, to have the stamina in this sport to just go through the ranks and get to that championship level spot. It's just been a goal of mine to achieve multiple weight class championship titles. You know, the opportunity is here. I'm feeling at my best. I just won my first world title, so I feel like the time is now. And you know, I'm very confident that this is my destiny, and I'm gonna make it happen.
Okay guys, so today we're going to be developing anaerobic power and anaerobic control by comparing the feeling of time-based anaerobic repeats and the self-paced time above zone drills, okay? So time in zone, you got to keep it nice and steady, focus on your control, feeling the pedals, your gears that you choose to stay nice and controlled while holding the powers. We have intervals of 30 seconds that are going to be coming up over 125, so some high power. So right now you're going to start 2 minutes at 85%. I need you between 95 and 105 RPM. So Power Watts is a performance-based training. You have a lot of numbers to work off of. So it gives you an exact idea of how you're training, how you're improving, what skills you need to get to those improvements and the higher power. For Rory, it's good for his training, for his explosiveness, for the power in his legs, for endurance and control. For the cycling part, it teaches you how to have more technical skills when it comes to climbing hills or increasing speed, changing gears. Because it's performance-based, you see the work you're doing. When you're outside, you don't necessarily see what you're doing, and you have the elements to deal with outside. Inside, you have the intervals, you have the numbers, you try and attain those goals, and it gives you just a better sense of where you're at, endurance and performance-wise.
So I'm an osteopath, so I'm working on him. It's more muscular. Like him, it's a lot of working on his tension, to try to keep it balanced, his body balanced, working on his posture, every joint, to make sure everything is loose for him to train well and not being injured in training, you know. Yeah, Rory is a super athlete, so he's a nice guy, very calm. He understands very well his body, so everything I tell him is just easy, you know.
Good job, Rory. Yeah, it was tough.
We'll meet you there? Okay.
All right, we'll see you there.
Yeah, ignore the stop sign. Perfect technique.
There we go. That was Montreal right there. Left here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I prefer no signal in Quebec.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Now they know I'm coming through.
Yeah. You didn't hit a pothole though, so it wasn't quite a Montreal experience.
I could do better.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
What do you guys want to start with?
I'm gonna take the fish tacos again.
Tacos?
And
Rice or fries?
can I take rice and a side garden salad?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Perfect. Enjoy, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's going to be 6180.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Bitcoin Cash transaction. So I'm paying for lunch in Bitcoin, yeah.
It's really easy, actually.
Yeah, like you basically scan a QR code or like an address,
Right, yeah.
and it just like electronically sends through a blockchain. Just puts the power back in you and not the bank, you know. So it's cool. Boom.
Perfect.
And received.
Perfect.
Cool. All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Rory.
All right.
Thanks. Take care, guys.
Most people, they see fighting on TV and they think they know what it's like, but when you get in there, it's totally different. There's a mind game at stake. There's a lot of mental aspect to the fighting game, and Rory's mastered that from a very young age. He has a lot of explosive power, he has a lot of speed. What makes him really special is he's got that killer instinct. He understands what fighting is all about. He knows that fighting is going to be tough. He knows that fighting is not an easy lifestyle. He's made his peace with that, and I think it gives him a lot of success because he's seen the highs and he's seen the lows. To him, it doesn't faze him. You know, he's a true warrior, has that true warrior spirit. He's the most dangerous of all the welterweights today, no doubt about it. Rory's changed over the years in the sense that he's matured and he's found really what style he likes best, keeping things more basic so that you've got to the point where you've mastered the basics. You can do so much with so little. And that's what really fighting is about. You know, Bruce Lee said it best. He said it's about daily decrease. And that's true. At one point of your career, it has to come down to making things ultra simple, but not too simple. He's reached the level of black belt now. He can pick and choose what he thinks feels right for him. You know, when he was younger, me and his trainers would show him a bit of everything, you know, so he can find himself. He can find what style is right for him, what way of fighting it makes most sense for him. Now, after all these years, he's become more and more seasoned. He's matured as a fighter. He knows what he likes best. He knows what he's comfortable. So now it's all about doing what you're most comfortable.
I'm not scared of losing, but do I want to lose? No. I'm motivated and my will is to win. So I'm going to fight for every inch in there to get that victory. It opens your eyes, and I feel like just through everything, where I'm at now, this is when I need to start fighting for world championships at different weight classes and taking on big name competitors, the top athletes in the world. I think that's where I'm situated right now. It took a good couple years of, you know, making some mistakes and finally giving my body some time to rest, but those couple years being down and out propelled me to where I am now. So basically I'm on this website called purse.io, and it lets you shop Amazon. It gives you a 15% or more discount on anything on Amazon, and you can shop with Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. So I'm going to use it for the first time today and buy some just some stuff I needed off Amazon. First, I'm going to get this watch that I want to get for my wedding. That I've been looking at. I think it would look good with my tuxedo, so I'm going to start with that. I discovered Bitcoin in 2014. It was during actually the week leading up to one of my fights. I was fighting Tyrone Woodley that weekend in Vancouver, and my coach Faraz Zahabi introduced me to it. He found out through his brother, and he was like all excited about it because he was just starting to learn about it, and he was explaining it to me, and we were looking up videos all that week, and that's when it kind of started. I thought it was interesting. Like right off the bat, I felt like I needed to learn so much more just because of just being something that I never like thought of before or heard of. So it was just so foreign, but very exciting. Just seemed like so much potential right off the bat. Okay, so my watch, the cheese grater, Trezor, go to checkout. Okay, so I got the Bitcoin Cash payment method here. So basically I'm just gonna scan this QR code with my wallet here, scanned. All right, so there we go. I switched to Bitcoin Cash because just through what I researched and from what I could tell, that Bitcoin Cash was going the route of the original Bitcoin vision, and Bitcoin Core, the BTC chain, was going a more of experimental route that wasn't proven beforehand. before this fork, it was, you know, clear that what they were doing before all the drama started was working. It was scaling properly, you know, with the bigger block sizes, increases, and then they wanted to change the whole structure of it and change exactly what it was meant to do in the first place and how it was designed, and now it's just a science project for a bunch of people, it seems like. Whereas Bitcoin Cash is staying that root of being a cash system.
So I'm starting a team editing class. So a lot of the teams that are in the advanced class are moving up.
Are you making something special, Maya?
Are you cooking?
Yeah. She's helping me.
You say cook? Shake, 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 shake. Good job.
The coconut curry, I just added the parsley.
Looks good.
Smells good, eh?
I met Rory through a friend, and then we just started going out on dates and hit it off right away. I remember on our first date, I kept staring at his ears, and he looked at me and he was like, "Do you want to? You could touch them if you want." And I was so like freaked out by them. So I wasn't used to anything in the sport. I never watched it. I was never a fan. So when I started watching it, I realized like, man, this guy is pretty crazy for wanting to do this, like for his life. This is his career. It's kind of crazy. And then I think now it just became so normal. Like I got so used to him coming home with like a purple eye, you know, like it happens. I kind of got used to it.
Nice. Are you helping mommy organize? Yeah. Okay, can you put everything away?
Yeah, Rory's definitely a family man, yeah. Everything he does just revolves around his family. He'll make sure his schedule always matches up with his family life. And our daughter, everything revolves around her, so he would do anything for her. So I would say he tries to always focus like main priority on our family.
All right, so this is called a trezor.
Yeah.
The trezor is more like your bank.
Okay.
And the wallet on your phone that you're gonna download now is gonna be like a wallet in your pocket. You're gonna have some cash on the go. So we're gonna set up your personal wallet here. Say you want to send some Bitcoin Cash from your trezor to your mobile wallet, go on whatever wallet. I set up another wallet called Rory's BCH wallet.
Okay.
Okay, and so it brings up this QR code, and that's what I'm going to show the camera here. And then it's going to lock it in, it's going to know the address what to send it to. And so now I just select the amount I want to send to it. Okay, and then I'm going to have to verify my transaction on this device here, and confirm, and instantaneously payment is received. So now that you're in your wallet, just go to your receive tab, and I'm basically just gonna match my camera up to your QR code. I have your received address on my phone here. So now I'm just gonna put in the dollar amount. I go next, creating transaction. I put my thumbprint to make it final. Payment sent, payment received.
Cool.
Boom. I think I could beat Gegard in many different ways. I think this fight is a very dynamic fight, so he's strong in all the same areas I'm strong in, and he's bigger than me.
It's going to be a very high-paced fight by both fighters. It's going to be high action from the first bell. Both fighters are very game.
Rory will be giving up size the first time that he's fought at 185, but Rory's going to be coming into this fight with a huge speed advantage, and I think that Rory's going to be able to utilize that and his overall fighter IQ to come out on top.
I think there's going to be a finish. I think it's going to be too intense, too early, and these fighters are not going to go out there to pick and poke and stick and move. No, this is going to be a ferocious battle for the center of the ring, the center of the cage, and one fighter is going to have to fall.
I don't think he has my heart. I don't think he has my mental strength. And I think that's going to be a big factor in this fight.
I believe the Gegard's going to start stepping back first. and that's just going to allow more momentum and more aggression from Rory.
We're both very highly skilled individuals, and the fight could go any which way. So I'll just be prepared in every aspect of MMA.